Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Billy and Joe Top 10 Show. I am Billy,
Hey, I'm Joe.
and we are here again to give you another fabulous rendition of a top 10 subject. Today's top 10 subject is going to be top 10 actors and actresses.
Right.
And so that should be interesting and kind of fun. Jar a few memories of movies from these folks. The good, the bad, the ugly. And speaking of the good, the bad, and the ugly, Joe's going to take us a little bit through the NCAA football and early games of the NFL. Of course, you see I have my Colts hat on today. No, it's not because I'm supporting my 5-2 Colts. It's because I didn't wash my hair and didn't shave today. So I got that little shadow over my face. So, you know, I look presentable.
Well, you're in good company because November is Men's Health Month. You're not supposed to shave anyway.
That's
There you
true. And
go.
today is November 1st. So this is the whole month that we get to see what's the weather guy on NBC? Al Roker,
Yeah.
not shave. So, and tell us his corny jokes and tell us the weather, which he gets 20% wrong 20% of the time and doesn't get fired.
Yeah, that's a good job to have.
It's a great job to have down here in Houston because, well, it's going to be hot with a 20% chance of rain.
No kidding.
You get pretty much spot on. You can't do that in Indiana because it's, 32 one day, 84 the next.
No kidding. It was 44, but it felt like 35 today.
Yeah, I got down to 49 last night here in Houston, and people died.
I'll bet.
Yeah. With that being said, I guess our Colts are now 5-2. Huh? Do they really look pretty good? I didn't watch them.
Yeah, this was probably the best game they've done since the Vikings. So yeah, the defense looked pretty good. I mean, the Lions scared them for like, I don't know, a minute. But yeah, the defense looked really good today. So you got to give them a lot of credit.
Philip Rivers coming back to his, I guess, coming into his own, or looking like that Charger quarterback that never went anywhere in the playoffs, or what we got going on there with him? What do you think about Philip Rivers?
He's doing well so far. Today was mostly a running game. Had some touchdowns here and there, but it was mostly the running game that gave the Lions trouble, and that's where they got most of their points. So it was a good game.
I heard a lot about T.Y. Hilton today. We need to get rid of him just because T.Y. Hilton is so injury prone. Can't make it through a game nor a season.
Yeah, he got hurt again today.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is a shame. I mean, he's a pro, but yeah, how you don't know how many years he has left.
Man, it's almost the end of the world when it's November 1st, 2020, and both the Indiana Hoosiers and Purdue Boilermakers are 2-0 in the Big Ten.
Is that a sign of the apocalypse?
Yeah, no kidding. Anything can happen, man.
Yeah, and I still don't know the magic number for the bowls. I don't know the bowl schedule or whatever. I have no idea. So we need to sit down and figure that out, I guess. So
Yeah.
I don't even know if they announced it.
Yeah, I don't know the magic numbers. It's going to be weird next week. Indiana is going into playing Michigan, having a better record than Michigan, being rated higher than Michigan. That's
Yeah.
apocalypse numbers. But go ahead and give us a little bit of rundown on football there, Joe.
Certainly, the NCAA scoreboard for this weekend. Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech. Maryland beat Minnesota in overtime. And Michigan State did an upset on Michigan. IU beat Rutgers. I believe IU's number 17 now. Purdue beat Illinois. Wisconsin and Nebraska got canceled, I think, because of the virus. Northwestern beat Iowa, and Ohio State beat Penn State. So.
Yeah, and that Michigan State team that beat Michigan got beat by Rutgers last week, which Indiana beat. So
Right.
it will be one magical season if Indiana gets through Michigan. But in the meantime, we'll find out too what this how this bowl situation and how the bowls are going to work. How about the NFL today?
The early games, if you're a fantasy player, it was an upset day. The Colts beat the Lions. The Raiders beat the Browns. The Vikings upset the Packers. The Bengals upset the Titans, which helps the Colts. The Dolphins upset the Rams, and then the Steelers barely beat the Ravens. So
I'm not a fan of the Rams. I am on board though with the Dolphins.
yeah, they've got a new quarterback. I haven't seen their new quarterback yet.
And I'm not worried about the Tennessee Titans because this is only between the Titans and the Colts because the Jaguars and the Texans are out of it. The news though is that possibly the Texans got beat because and even while they were on their bye week, I don't know. I'll have to find out if that's true.
Did you call them the Jaguars?
The Jaguars. Like Jaguar.
They said weird.
There's other people who don't call them the Tennessee Titans. They call them the Titans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Who do the Colts play next week?
The Ravens come to town.
Yeah, the Ravens got a good defense. That's about all they got.
Oh, they got a really good quarterback.
Yeah, there's 5 teams I'd get rid of if I was the commissioner. Ravens would be one of them.
What's that?
I don't know. It's just not a real football team. They were just punks after the Colts left. Don't even put the Colts up on the scoreboard when the Colts do go into town and play them.
Oh, right.
Sore losers. Now, probably Mayflower is not the choice of moving company in Baltimore, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't think it got a lot of contracts after that.
I'm in Fuego today.
You're hot.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's weird, man. With this virus in 2020, you never just know what's going to happen. And then everybody had the bright idea last night of trying to get an extra hour out of this year by falling back. Does Indiana still do that?
Yeah, we're Eastern time now, so we fell back, and
What part of Indiana doesn't do that? Isn't that Evansville?
Evansville and the region, Gary.
Yeah, Gary, Indiana. Okay, let's get to our top. Oh, and speaking of that, I apologize. Joe is from Indy's Local Flavor. You did go to iTunes, and you can find Indy's Local Flavor. Joe's got his own podcast. SoundCloud. He'll tell us a little bit later on the other ones, but the important ones. So go to iTunes and subscribe to Joe's Indy's Local Flavor podcast. It's very good. Joe definitely has the ability for it and also has the voice for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you guys can go ahead and flip on over to our show, which is Keeping the Nostalgia Alive, all one word, Keeping the Nostalgia Alive.podbean.com. And you're watching the Billy and Joe Top 10 show on YouTube under the Keeping the Nostalgia Alive show. So please subscribe. Also, Facebook, we got a Facebook page, the Billy and Joe Top 10 show, and that is on Facebook. So please subscribe, like us, follow us, whatever Facebook asks you to do. It's always interesting. I always have my phone in front of me, and no one talks to me whatsoever. But once we start the show, the phone just starts lighting up.
Of course.
Of course.
When you're bored and by yourself, nobody calls you or texts you.
Of course.
When you're at dinner or family function.
Oh, man. Oh, look. Fantasy football. Oh, look. I didn't get any red zones all day today. Okay, so we are going to go back and forth today with it's going to be a top 20. So we got a lot of Jonases in here, which is the Joe bonuses. Jonases, and I'm not talking about the brothers or him and I aren't going to sing. We're just it's Joe bonus, and I put them together to make Jonases.
Okay,
but they only need one Jonas brothers, right? Jonas brothers, and there's 3 of them, right?
Right.
And I think their names are Mo, Larry, and Curly, or Shrimp, Abbott and Costello. Well, we're not going to get subscribed to by any of the Jonas brothers, but we do have some Jonases today with our top actors and actresses. And Joe, I'm going to let you go first, buddy.
Hey, I got to take a time out first because you put the post out there, and I'm a huge fan. Sean Connery passed away at age 90, and you put the post out there. I didn't know it until you posted that on Facebook. yesterday, which is a shame.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of we're getting you're 50. I'm going on 53. A lot of those guys that we had around when we were kids and watched movies and people making records and authors and man, you just name it are leaving us. I mean, I know Sir Sean Connery got to age 90, but it was sad to see him go. I wasn't a big fan of 007 James Bond.
Right.
I did like The Rock.
Yeah, sure. Great movie.
This is an awful movie they made, but I enjoyed it. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Great comic book.
Yeah, and In the Name of the Rose, I think is another one they did where he played oh man, what's the opposite of a nun?
A priest.
Yeah, a priest or a monk, something like that.
Okay.
He was good in. There was another movie where he was with Mike Douglas's wife.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, and it was like a spy or an action thriller, but no, served the British. It was in the British Navy at age 16 in 1946, and I guess died yesterday in his sleep at age 90. So, a trivia question about that though: when Sean Connery decided to leave the James Bond series, who was the first guy asked to replace him?
You told me this answer, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I did. Adam West.
Right.
So I don't know what those people were thinking to asking Adam that, but he said that he just could not fill those shoes or wanted to do that. But I think he really got the business over playing Batman. So he probably got stuck and stereotyped for quite a long while in Adam West's career.
I remember the first time I saw the movie Dr. No, and that was the first Bond movie, and I just fell in love with it for the Aston Martin car that
Right.
I'd never seen before when I was a kid, and that was Odd Job was the villain in that movie, and he'd take his hat off and he threw it at Bond. And it missed, but it had a knife in it.
Yeah.
And then the car had somehow villain got into his car and while he was driving, and he had an ejector seat and threw him over the cliff. So great movie.
Yeah, he was in Finding Forrester too, which was a pretty good movie too about being
yeah.
But may rest in peace. We're losing them every day. It just means we're getting older, and hopefully it's just it's sad, and you kind of that's why I love to keep the nostalgia alive, just because you get a lot of these people on tape, so their kids, their grandkids, and down the line can hear what it was like that they've done, what they've done in their career, so and still have that voice to kind of remember.
Yeah, exactly. The first person on my list, a great actress. It's my bonus pick at 21, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson, which is the one that's married to Dwayne Wade?
That's Gabrielle Union.
Oh, okay. I got them mixed up. Okay. So we'll go on my list, and she wears the same clothes in every movie, but she does make pretty good movies, and that's Diane Keaton.
Oh yeah, great actress.
Yeah, Diane Keaton, loved her. Yeah. So
great actress.
Yep. But in a lot of movies that are chick movies, but most chick movies turn out to be okay, and we're glad that we sat down and we watched them.
Yeah. Romantic comedies. Yes.
Yeah.
My number 20. I first saw her in a Tarantino movie, Selma Hayek.
Oh, yeah, man. I did not even have her on my list because Diane Keaton was number 10 on my list of women's. On my list of men's, I have at number 10, let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have Clint Eastwood.
Great actor, great director, great mayor.
Not very movies that he's made or has been in that have been kind of duds, but I really enjoy his directing and his acting, and even as Rowdy Yates in Rawhide.
Right.
Yes.
um, oh no, I'm going to draw a blank on this movie. What was the movie that he was in with Will Smith? Uh, um, Enemy of the State, Gene Hackman.
I got Gene Hackman up there at number 4.
Great actor.
He's getting ready to turn 90, so
Yeah,
he's getting up there in age too. He's been retired now for 4 or 5 years.
yeah,
But great in Crimson Tide, Hoosiers, French Connection, Popeye Doyle.
yeah.
I mean, just a great actor.
Right.
So that rolls me up to number 9 in the ladies category. And I'm going to put Cher out there when she's not being lazy.
Okay.
And I say that because she's not in a lot of movies anymore. She wasn't in a lot of movies when, she was in Moonstruck. She was in
Right.
The Witches of Eastwick. She was in
Right.
Mermaid. Most of all the, what was it? The Story of Rocky Dennis. Um, what was the name of that movie with Sam Elliott and the guy's face who was Mask, not
Oh, okay.
not
Yeah.
Jim
Yes,
Carrey
all that.
Mask, but Sam Elliott and Cher Mask, and
Right.
everything that she was in, she was pretty good in, but she just didn't make enough movies. I mean, maybe she's not as good as I thought. So I have Cher there on my women's side.
My next pick, along with Gene Wilder, was one of my favorite comedians, Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he did great with Gene Wilder with See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gene was blind, and or I think Pryor was blind, and Wilder was deaf.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a Silver Streak. They did a lot of good movies together. But
Yeah.
I just got done watching a movie with him called Moving.
Yeah, I know that movie. I haven't seen it.
Awful movie, but just funny because it's Richard Pryor.
Right.
Okay, well, I'll go to my number 9 on mine, and he was just in a lot of good 80s movies. He does a lot of voiceovers today, but I really enjoy John Cusack.
Oh, good actor.
Yeah, the scene with In Your Eyes with Peter Gabriel's song, and I can't remember the movie now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's really not, because if it would be, I'd be saying it. But in a lot of movies, and especially in the 80s, and I think he does a lot of voiceovers now for car companies. But I really enjoy anything that he's in.
Was he in Runaway Jury?
Yes, he was.
He was great.
Yes, he was good. And
Great
Gene Hackman was in that movie also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great movie.
but great movie. He plays the characters that he plays in his movies very well. I guess he's got a little fondness for speaking his mind on his political views, which kind of will get him blacklisted. A lot of these guys we'll talk about will get us blacklisted a little bit, just because people think it's your job to act rather than to tell us who to vote for, or what to vote for, or what to care about, or what causes to donate to, which I kind of understand. But when you're a famous person, you start talking politics, you're going to lose half your crowd.
That's true.
If you're a famous person and you don't talk politics, you may keep all 100%.
That's true.
So don't screw it up and try to whack it in half. That's just my opinion, though.
That was the biggest criticism of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and Meryl Streep's another one of those actresses which are really up there, but she decides to put her political opinion in it, and you sometimes don't want to spend money on her product.
Right.
Yep.
Right. My next female, Eva Mendes.
Oh, nice. I'm still getting over. I didn't think of Salma Hayek. For her age, she's got she's still very, very beautiful at her age.
Definitely.
So I have Susan Sarandon.
Great actress.
Yeah, we just Witches of Eastwick with Cher. Just a lot of movies that she's been in that you'll be watching a movie. Go, oh, Susan Sarandon's in it. So great in Bull Durham.
Mm-hmm.
But a good actress in pretty much anything that she's been in.
Do you know what her and her son do for recreation, by chance?
I do not.
they own a ping pong club.
Oh, really?
So they have ping pong tournaments, I want to say, in New York City.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And yeah, she's very active in that.
Okay.
My next pick is let me see if I can remember the line. Vengeance is the Lord, and this will be mine. That will be Samuel L. Jackson.
Ah, yes.
From Ezekiel.
I heard that they were supposed to get one of his voice to do Alexa or Amazon, and you had to pay for it. But I need to look back into that. But the only thing I've never seen from this guy is Snakes on a Plane.
I will not see that movie.
Yeah, I've heard so much about it. I will not see it either.
No, thank you.
So we'll go from that to mine, which is Russell Crowe.
Great actor.
There's a lot of movies that there's a movie that we just saw last week that had been out for years, and it's the first time I'd seen it, where he went and found all three of his sons in the Battle of Tripoli, between Australia and Turkey. And he was a guy who would go and find water, like, would take one of those sticks or whatever, or a water finder or divider or diviner. But it was very good. And there's, once again, he may be a a-hole in, like Christian Bale, maybe an a-hole a little bit in his public life. But hopefully when these people, treat people bad, that they realize, I shouldn't do that, and it's bad for their reputation. But I'll enjoy a good Russell Crowe movie. I
love A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Now, believe it or not, I haven't seen that.
Oh man, it's about a mathematical genius who has schizophrenia and how he overcomes that.
Then I'm gonna have to check that out, because I put that on our watch list.
Yeah, fascinating. My next pick is his name was Jack in one movie, and he's now Martin Scorsese's favorite guy to do a movie with, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ah, very good actor. There's been a couple of his movies I haven't really liked, but most of all, I've enjoyed his work. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed his work. There's one movie that he's in that, the movies that really make you work and make you think about the plot and what's going on, it can be good for the movie or bad for the movie.
Right.
Like I knew that I saw Bruce Willis breathing cold air in The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
So I knew it, but most people had to watch it the whole time and couldn't figure out really what was going on, until the end of the movie, or until someone told them. Right. So my list goes back over to mine. Mine's Cate Blanchett. She's been in so many movies, and she's not so beautiful that she takes away from the movie role. But she is a great actress to be able to do that, to be able to, we just watched The Missing with Tommy Lee Jones, which was also one of my bonus picks underneath the guys, but I didn't mention. But and he did a great job in the movie Cobb, where he played Ty Cobb. Yeah. But Cate Blanchett, any role that she's in or takes upon, she does a fantastic job in it.
She was great in the movie The Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, yes.
The story about Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
My next pick, he's been in a lot of movies, but he's most famous for his Marvel movie. That'd be Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. As soon as you say Robert Downey Jr., I go Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Great movie.
And what a guy that has 9 lives.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
Man, he spent 8 of his lives in drug rehab and in jail and this and that, and he's living on that last life with that Iron Man fame and that Avenger fame. But a very lucky guy. But I do enjoy a Robert Downey Jr. movie.
David Letterman on Netflix has a really good interview with him on the new David Letterman. My next guest needs no introduction.
I watched one of those shows when he was interviewing Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job, and she did a really good job. So I'm going to have to check that one out. Maybe I'll check that one out after the show. Good call.
Yeah, it's really good.
Who did you say? I'm sorry.
Mine was Robert Downey Jr. at 14.
Okay. So I have Tom Cruise. Next.
Good actor. Good actor.
Yes, there's been some of his stuff that he's been in has been junk. Let's see, what was the movie that was supposed to come out this summer, but because of COVID didn't come out? The sequel to Danger Zone. Was that the name of the movie?
Sequel to Top Gun.
Okay, Top Gun. Some of that stuff I really don't enjoy, but a lot of his other movies I do enjoy.
Yeah. Right. Definitely.
Yep. Good stuff, and especially from childhood.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
My next pick, if you've never seen, it's kind of a downer, but it's with Jim Carrey. It's called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Kate Winslet is amazing in that movie. I
have seen it, and I agree with that. It's a shame too that Jim Carrey's kind of gone off the deep end, and wants to keep plugging what he personally think is wrong in society. When we just want to. You haven't made anything halfway decent since Mr. Popper's Penguins, and that kind of sucked.
Yeah, he's promoting his book, and he's okay with being an artist now.
And that's fine. That's fine. But
yeah, I know.
I mean, I laughed my butt off at both Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. Both of them. It's just hilarious, funny stuff, and that's why we gave you the start that you had. But people have freedom of choice, free will, and do what you want to do. But when you start running out of money, go back to some of those films where you were hilarious in, and get some more money for your causes.
I wouldn't want to. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be married to that guy.
Oh gosh. Well, so that takes me into my next, which is Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my mercy, she's
anything that she's in, and I didn't really like her in Friends.
I loved her in Office Space.
Oh my gosh,
she was great.
You get your flair. Why don't you make it 37 pieces of flair if that's what the minimum needs to be?
That movie's classic, man.
Bloomberg.
I think you have to work on Saturday.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter. How's it going?
Oh, your name's Michael Bold? Wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah, it was okay until that ass clown got famous.
Right.
Hey, Peter. What you doing? It's called Jump to Conclusions.
You have a case of the Monday.
Yeah, why does it say paper jam when there is no paper jam? I think you get your ass kicked. Ask me that at work.
Right.
All right, so love Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, yeah. My next pick is she's been in several movies, but she's been the most famous for Natasha. So she's known as the Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I saw too where she really hasn't lived up to the hype, though.
She's kind of been pigeonholed, yeah.
Yeah, but I enjoy her. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
The next person I have on my list is over on the guy's side, and it's Adam Sandler, and he has done a great job of keeping himself out there and notable and to be remembered.
I haven't seen all of his movies, but he was great in Pixels.
Yeah, he was fantastic in Pixels, and it was some of the dumb ones that he's done. You don't think he would be the best in, but those are Pixels he was great in. A Punch Drunk Love was just kind of a serious role, and he was great in. But there's some where you just have that continual, um, uh, that continual idiot comedy,
Right. Right.
and I love how he gives all of his friends, they just come along for the ride, man. Kevin James, Steve
Yep.
Buscemi, it's very interesting. But I find I can watch most of his stuff. Sometimes I can say it was dumb, but as long as I got some chuckles and some laughs out of it, I was entertained.
Right. My next one. Um, I I wanted to put him higher, but I really felt like I couldn't because it's kind of one dimensional. However, I love this actor. And he started out in American Graffiti. Harrison Ford.
Get off my plane.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Um, there's only been a couple of duds that he's done.
Yeah.
I think Random Hearts or something like that, where these two people were on a plane that crashed and they got together because their loved ones were on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb, not even a romantic comedy. Mosquito Coast was a mind blower.
Right.
I didn't really get into that, but other than that, Frantic, Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
What,
You,
what was
you,
the what was the movie where he was hiding from the FBI in Amish land, which I'm drawing a blank.
oh,
Witness.
Witness.
He's good at that.
Yeah. What was the one with the man with one arm? What was the name of that movie? Tommy Lee Jones was in it also, of the one that was chasing him down.
I don't remember.
Man, I can't remember that, but it was a huge hit too. But Han Solo does
Yeah.
does I enjoy 90% of his work.
And speaking of which, he was in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade with Sean Connery,
Yeah,
and they were totally clicked. They
playing
were
father
great
and son.
together.
Yes, they were fabulous.
Great.
Man, I actually need to watch that. I need to watch
Yeah,
that one again.
me too. I'm going to watch
Yeah.
that today. I think if I
Yeah,
can find it somewhere.
yeah, that's good stuff. Next up on my list is Meryl Streep.
Great actress.
Great actress. She doesn't know when to keep her mouth shut, but great actress. And I do, as much as I give my wife a hard time for not liking this lady and for her small percentage of victories in the winning Oscars on how many times she's been nominated, which is phenomenal, the amount of times she's been nominated, but she hasn't won very often. But you actors and athletes out there, just keep your mouth shut about politics. You don't hear me and Joe on here talking about I don't know what's happening this upcoming Tuesday, but you don't hear a word of that from either one of us, do you? Do you? All
It's
we do
November
is say,
3rd.
if you don't like
November
what's
3rd.
going on, you can vote, and both of us say go vote, and that's
I
all
already
we
did.
do, and we can't hurt anybody's feelings saying go vote.
Right. I already did.
Now I do like some people going, you can't bitch if you don't vote, but just go
Yeah.
vote, people.
Oh yeah.
Go vote.
Definitely. My next one, gone way too soon. He had 5 movies, and he was deceased and never saw his full stardom because he died early. Bruce Lee.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. It's interesting how you kind of rolled out who some of these people are going to be. I thought maybe you were going to be with Chris Farley there for a second.
Oh, great. Same kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go back to Gene Hackman. Of course, I am a huge Gene Hackman homer just because of Hoosiers.
Yeah.
I do know that, thank goodness, that another actor had something else that he had to do, or he would have taken the role from Gene Hackman. But this guy wasn't available for it and had to do a different movie. And that was Jack Nicholson was first offered the role of Norman Dale for his coach in Hoosiers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And, he was in The French Connection. What was the movie where he was the FBI agent?
Mississippi Burning?
Huh.
Okay, well, he was in Mississippi Burning. He was also, man.
Where he had to listen to all the recordings all day long.
Okay, I can't remember.
Okay, I can't either. It was a
Yeah.
70s movie.
Okay.
Great movie, though. I'm drawing a blank on it.
Yeah.
Um, my next actress,
What number are you on, by the way?
9.
Okay.
My next actress opened doors for many women in the industry as an action star, Pam Grier.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree. I am a huge fan, and I'm glad to see that Pam Grier has been getting other roles now.
Yes.
I know. I am a huge fan, and his dad was a serial killer. He played, I think, 1 year of basketball inside the state of Indiana at Hanover College, and that's Woody Harrelson.
Oh, great actor.
I really enjoy his work. He did a great movie. He did a great role of Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ, in a movie about LBJ just recently. And the only role that I've not really enjoyed of his, and I won't watch, it's not even train wreckable, and that is Natural Born Killers. I just did not like that movie.
I saw it, but I can't watch it again.
Yeah, no, I just can't handle it.
Yeah. Up next for me is a TV star from my childhood, with the invisible plane, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman.
Oh yes, and especially when she had Wonder Girl on there too. What was her? Deborah Winger.
Right.
Yeah. Good stuff. And Linda Carter's still out there in social media, so she's still making herself pertinent to what she, and supporting women's causes and stuff like that. But that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Paul Rudd movies.
He's funny.
He's funny. He plays, there are a couple duds that he has. He did one where he played there was a baseball player. His name is escaping me right now. And this baseball player batted about 249, 250, played about 15 years in Major League Baseball. This is a true story. And he was coaxed by the CIA to be a spy.
Yeah.
And Paul Rudd played the role and was fantastic in it.
He's great in Ant-Man in the Avengers.
Yes.
Really great.
Yeah.
My next one, I love the movie Silver Linings Playbook. So Bradley Cooper.
That's interesting. So Bradley Cooper does a lot of good movies, and I don't know, the first person I think of when I hear Bradley Cooper is Ryan Reynolds. And Ryan Reynolds is my next pick. And it's like listening to oh man, it's like listening to a song and you can put another band or singer into the same category with that. You know what I'm saying? But Bradley Cooper, good movies. He slowed down a little bit. I think he put a little bit too much effort, and I didn't think it was as successful as it could have been with A Star Is Born. Yeah, and he wanted to start singing too. I mean, I know these people want to do an album and want to write a book and want to do a Broadway play. Kind of stick, like we were talking to you about Jim Carrey, kind of stick with what you can do.
I haven't seen that movie. That's with Lady Gaga. I haven't seen that movie yet.
And it's been made 3 times and it's the same story.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, did you go see the Titanic when it came out? No, I didn't. Well, why? Because the boat sank. Did you see Selena? No. Well, why didn't you? Because she gets shot and dies in the end. Why don't you have it that another boat comes and gets 99% of the people off? The only person that dies is the violin player who's still playing when the boat goes down and he drowns. And then let's extend and let Selena do another album, it not be very good, and she gets hooked on meth, and that's how she dies.
Such a cheery ending for a second.
Yeah, well, and I'd watch that kind of stuff, but I don't need to watch a movie that takes you from the emotions of I like this character, but you're going to drown. JFK movies, they're never going to change in the end.
Billy. They're trying to get the younger audience and get that extra dollar.
Well, I understand that, but JFK, but Jacqueline's going to have to get on the back of the car and they get the rest of his head and come back, crawling back in the car, and he's going to die.
Correct.
Sorry, I went on a rant.
That's quite all right.
I haven't done that in a while.
It's kind of political. That's okay.
Well, it wasn't. No, there was no. Just because John Kennedy was a Democrat. I watched Bedtime for Bozo, Ronald Reagan, and he had a chimp. There we go. I got a Democrat and I got a Republican in there. A lot of people don't enjoy this joke, but Ronald Reagan had AIDS, right?
No.
One in his left ear and one in his right ear. Hearing aids. I don't know where you went on that, but shame on you.
No. He wasn't that busy at his age.
Joking. Okay, who you got next?
You're up next.
Oh, shoot, I went on a rant and forgot to. What number are you on?
I'm going to be on number 6.
You're going to be on number 6. Well, I'll tell you what. Demi Moore.
Good actress.
Yeah, she hasn't been in a lot of stuff lately.
Mm-hmm.
She was in a good Western that we saw the other day with, oh, man. What was the guy who was in Jack Bauer? What was his name? And he's had a famous dad. He was in the TV show 24 Hours. His dad was in MASH. His dad was in it. Oh, this is kind of a fun game show. His dad was in a space movie with James Garner and Tommy Lee Jones. I know who you're talking about,
but I don't know the name.
Oh, man. I'm going to kick myself after this. Oh, well. She was in a Western with him, but and is it Demi Moore or is it Demi Moore?
As far as I know, Demi Moore.
Okay, so it's a semi truck or semi truck.
I guess so.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how that works out there. But I really do. There's some movies that were total duds and really sucked, but I really enjoyed Demi Moore's work.
Yeah, great actress. My next one, she was also in Silver Linings Playbook, where she won the Best Actress. But she was the Hunger Games movies, not as good as the book, but the movies were amazing. It's Jennifer Lawrence.
That right there, violin playing, was fabulous compared to her in all these Hunger Games.
Okay.
I am not a Jennifer Lawrence fan for some reason.
Okay.
I don't see any acting quality there. I don't mean to go off on 2 rants here, but I'm just she's been in a couple of movies. The Hunger Games made her famous, and
right.
There was another one that she was in with Christian Bale, which was a good one too, where she invented the squeegee mop.
Joy.
Yes. Now that was good, but stick to some of those instead of some of these movies, which it's like Quentin Tarantino. He tries to make you think too much. I want to be entertained.
I can't see Tarantino anymore, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Glenn Close.
Great actress.
Mm-hmm. Fatal Attraction. Jagged Edge. She's just been in some really good stuff and has really stretched out her career and has kept herself viable. Kind of like, there's very few people that, in music today that can do that. But, Madonna has seemed to keep herself out there and in the light. U2 has seemed to, I'm not saying I enjoy U2 or Madonna, but, Glenn Close falls underneath that category of keeping people keeping their name relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, good actress, definitely. Yeah. My next pick, I miss this guy all the time. He was amazing in Good Will Hunting, Robin Williams.
Yes, that's on my list too, Robin Williams. I mean, I even some of his dumbest movies were hilarious.
Yeah.
He did a movie with Walter Matthau and Jerry Reed. It was called Survivors. If you haven't seen it, look. Oh my gosh. The only really movie that I didn't like of Robin Williams was Moscow on the Hudson, but I really didn't pay attention to it or watch it.
Right. I didn't see that one either.
So, good stuff. Miss him. I really, What Dreams May Come. I didn't really
Oh,
care for either. Uh,
I
but
love that movie.
but he's really missed now.
Definitely.
Yeah. And what number
Definitely.
was that for you, Joe?
I'm in my top five. That was
Yeah,
number five.
that's number 5. Okay. I really enjoy Diane Lane movies.
Great actress.
Great actress. Her mom was an actress, and I think her mom was one of the original Playboy bunnies, I think.
Okay.
But any movie that she's been in, she's played the role for getting an A+ grade for the role. So I really enjoy her work.
Um, my next actress, I won. This is, yeah, this next actress, I wanted to put her higher, but I can't put her higher than my top three. But she's clearly in my top five. She was also great in When Harry Met Sally, and it was tragic when she passed away. Carrie Fisher.
Yes, yes. I actually got a chance to go see her in her one woman play.
Yeah,
I can't remember the title of it, but it was about her life. We got to see her here in Houston, Texas, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
yeah,
Married to Paul Simon for a while, and just what a fabulous a career. Especially Star Wars will live forever with her. So
yeah.
and so sad to see. I don't know if it was her first or her first, vice versa, or whatever, but her mom died, and then she died shortly after that, or she died, and then her mom died shortly after that. It just kind of goes
Yeah.
like the Johnny Cash thing when Johnny Cash's Johnny Cash's wife passed away. He passed away shortly afterwards.
Yeah,
Which goes you could die of a broken heart.
right, definitely.
Yeah. James Garner.
He was a huge Raiders fan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Matter of fact, I have a picture of him. He was allowed on the sidelines of a Raiders game, and I think it's either Kenny Stabler or
Yeah,
that he has the photo standing behind, looking just like, this is Jim Rockford at the tone. Leave your name and message, and I'll get back to you. But I've read his autobiography.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic stuff, man. And I just really enjoyed the Rockford Files. I've really enjoyed any movie that he's been in, Maverick,
Yeah,
but James Garner. You don't see those kind of
great
actors
actor.
anymore.
No, you really don't. Um, my next three. When I used to buy VHS tapes, I would spend all my money on these next three gentlemen. The first, the movie that I'll watch over and over and over again, of course, is the original Batman, but One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jack Nicholson.
Yes, and actually, Jack is on my list at number 2 because I only have two. I only have no wait. No, I have Michael Douglas for my number 3, and I had Jack Nicholson at number 2. But oh man, you can go, Born to Be Wild,
Yeah,
or no, what? It wasn't Born to Be Wild. It was with Peter Fonda, Jack Nicholson, and Dennis Hopper. Easy Rider was the name of that movie. Sorry,
correct.
but
That's
Jack
correct.
Nicholson, what it would have been interesting to see Jack Nicholson as Coach Norman Dale for the Hoosiers. It would have been interesting.
Right.
Sorry to take that away from you with my pick, Michael Douglas.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
But I was a huge Michael. There wasn't a movie there for about 5 or 6 year period where it wasn't a good movie for Michael Douglas.
I'm going to draw a blank on this. Um, what's the name of the movie where he's a really rich guy and Sean Penn?
Greed is good.
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Oh,
really rich.
The
He's
Game.
a rich. Yes,
Yeah,
love that movie.
and
Love that movie.
Sean Penn
Yeah,
is his
yeah.
brother, and
Mhm.
it is a show. There's a lot of movies I won't watch twice.
Mm.
I've seen that one probably 3 times, and it's a train wreck where you get into it and you can't stop watching it. But
Right.
as a great movie, great movie.
Oh, it's very Hitchcockian.
Yes, it is. It's very good.
Yeah.
But I love Michael Douglas movies.
Yeah, great actor. My number two. Let's see. What's my favorite one? Serpico, Al Pacino.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff that now he's done some junk here in the past few years
Yeah,
because I think
yeah,
he's just trying to rake in some cash.
yeah. I agree.
But a good actor, excellent
Yeah,
actor, a lot of good stuff.
yeah,
Hoo-yah!
yeah.
And look at you, man. Look at what you made me do, man. Look at you. Now I had to shoot you and you got blood over you and everything, man. Mine.
Right,
Mine.
right.
Well, my number one, we have missed something here in the category. I don't know. You went first, but here's my number one is Tom Hanks.
I didn't even put him on here. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, there has been a handful of movies that are ass. Joe versus the Volcano, The Man with One Red Shoe.
Yeah,
Just a couple of movies. Cloud Atlas.
yeah.
But other than that, he's got a pretty good, probably 85, 90% success rate. And, you know, there's lines from movies that you can repeat by heart. You know, I'll stop on Forrest Gump anytime I can. Money
Yeah.
Pit is fabulous.
Yeah.
Wilson is fabulous with Castaway. There's no, what, are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
Right. Great.
There's a snake in my boot. Somebody's poisoned the water hole, as Sheriff Woody on all the, you know, Toy Story movies. I just love him. Once again, I wish people would shut up about their political beliefs. But any movie he does has been pretty much gold and great, and I've really enjoyed everything he's done.
He's an awesome actor, and he's a Raiders fan. I didn't know if you knew that. Huge Raiders fan. My last pick, I've got two really. He's been several movies that I like this guy, but Goodfellas and Casino, Robert De Niro.
Yes, he's got a new movie coming out called What's the Problem with Grandpa?
Right.
And
Yep.
Grandpa moves into his grandkid's house and has to share the room with them, and you know they go back and forth and back and forth. And but there's not very many movies that he's done that have been duds either. But once
Right.
again, probably out of everybody that we've talked about today, he's probably the most adamant about speaking his belief on who he likes and dislikes,
Yep.
and that's just not the platform for it. That's my opinion.
I understand that.
Yeah, but you're talking to me. You talking to me? Talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, especially the role. Speaking of rest in peace. Who just passed away?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Robert De Niro did great in the Untouchables.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Great movie.
Man, great movie. I'm gonna have to check that one out again. Well, we've done it again, Joe.
Yes, we have.
I think most people will comment that we didn't do the top 10, but we did a fabulous top 24.
Right.
You know, with a bunch of Jonases. And if anybody doesn't know what that is out there, we're going to make that hashtag go viral. It's a bonus,
Okay.
but it's from Joe.
Okay.
So one of these days, I'm just going to come to the table with 10, and Joe's going to have half the show to himself. Well, I got a Jonas. And here's another Jonas.
Yeah.
So check out Joe's show, Indie's Local Flavor. Go to iTunes. You can just type in Indie's Local Flavor, and you know if you have to go to the next page of surfing, go to the next page of surfing, and you'll probably see SoundCloud and so on and so forth. Please go to keepingthenostalgialive.podbean.com. We're on all major platforms: Amazon Music, iTunes, you name it, we're on it. We've even had people steal our show and put it on their old platform, which isn't really big. So also go to YouTube, type in the Keeping the Nostalgia Live show, keep up with the Billy and Joe Top 10 show. And please go to our Facebook page and follow us, which is the Billy and Joe Top 10 Show. We will be back again next week. Joe, what do you have coming up on Indy's Local Flavor?
We're going to do a recap of NFL Week 8. The season's half over already, so we're going to talk about the Colts' big win and the Colts taking on the Ravens coming up next weekend.
Awesome. And please, people, just type in Indy's Local Flavor and go to iTunes and subscribe to it. He does a really good job. Until next week, I'm Billy.
Hey, I'm Joe.
And we are the hosts of the Top 10 Show. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good weekend.